Hare.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you. I rise for the purpose of entering into a colloquy with the chairman of the subcommittee. Mr. Chairman, I welcome a colloquy with my distinguished colleague. Mr. Chairman, as you know, my district is home to many levee districts along the Mississippi River. On February the 25th, 2009, the Federal Emergency Management Agency issued a new policy on rehabilitation assistance for levees. Under this new policy, levee districts are prohibited from receiving FEMA assistance for flood cleanups, debris removal, and dewatering. Instead, the burden for funding critical flood control activities is being shifted away from FEMA to the Corps of Engineers, even though, as I understand it, the Corps does not have the authorization or the funding to reimburse the levee districts for these activities. My community, Mr. Chairman, is concerned that this policy leaves levees and the river communities they protect vulnerable during peak flooding seasons, and while many are still recovering from last summer's flood. In fact, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency recently reported that a drainage district in southern Illinois was denied reimbursement for debris removal as a direct result of this new policy. Mr. Chairman, I've contacted FEMA to urge them to reverse the policy and continue assisting levee districts with these costs to avoid further gaps in disaster assistance. And Mr. Chairman, I understand that FEMA and the Corps are working on this issue, but if there's no resolution by the time this bill heads to conference, I may need the assistance of the chairman to resolve this matter.
Well, I thank the gentleman from Illinois for raising this important issue. The FEMA policy on levee assistance was intended to clarify the roles and responsibilities of federal agencies in providing critical flood recovery work. I understand that the gentleman and other members of the Illinois delegation have concerns that the policy may not be accurate in its accounting of federal responsibility and may have the unintended consequence of leaving gaps in assistance for local communities and levee districts. As the gentleman mentioned, FEMA and the Army Corps are reevaluating the policy to ensure there are no gaps in disaster assistance. I'd like to stress this is only a policy, not a rule, so FEMA can easily make adjustments to this document. If changes are necessary, FEMA should do so in consultation with the Army Corps to ensure accurateness. This issue also is being evaluated by the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, the authorizing committee of jurisdiction. I'll monitor the issue as our bill progresses. I'll work with the gentleman and the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee and the Energy and Water Appropriations Subcommittee as we go forward.
I thank the chairman. Thank you again for your attention to this matter. This is an issue of great importance to my district, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.